What's going on, guys? This is Inspector Frick here, and today I'm bringing you a review video of my new ScufGaming Controller. And that's really been the reason why I haven't been posting videos the past couple days, because I've been spending 3-4 hours every night playing on Xbox to get used to this controller, get everything fine-tuned, to really give you guys a detailed review of the controller, and to be able to tell you exactly what are positives and if there were any negatives, to let you know about them too. But without any further ado, I'm gonna get into it. This is my old standard Xbox 360 wired controller. I believe that these came with the Xbox 360 arcades, the original white ones. I picked this up from GameStop, obviously, because I don't have an arcade. I picked this up from GameStop for like 20-25 bucks, and I mentioned in my videos before, I wouldn't go with anything other than wired. It's you save batteries, and the response time is better. The only real, unless you play way from across the other side of a room, there's really no need for a wireless controller. I know they come standard now, but if you ever have a choice, you have the opportunity, go wired. It really does help. I noticed the difference, not only in my gameplay, but in really the comfortability in my hands. It's just, there's no battery pack getting in the way of my fingers. I don't have to scrunch them up, You're really, wired controllers, wired controllers really just feel better in your hands. But anyway, on this SCUF controller, you see here, I got the FPS competition SCUF controller. It is obviously all black shell. It's what their the FPS competition one is. But I got the blacked out buttons because, like I said in my setup videos, I like to go black everything. But you see here, I went with the two dome sticks. The aim and the run stick are both domed. They are a little bit raised from what the PS3 sticks actually are. People compare them a lot to the PS3 sticks. I have a PS3. I was just playing my PS3 stick, the controller this morning, and it really is a whole lot different. There's, like I said, it's one of those things. They're similar, but they're not. They're not really comparable in my opinion. I think the PS3 doesn't have enough resistance in the controller, even when it's brand new. I barely have maybe 5 hours played on my PS3 total, and so my controller is not really broken in still, just like this one pretty much. I actually probably have more hours on this than I do on my PS3, and it's just, there's more tension in the stick, whereas a PS3 controller, like the sticks are kind of like this one is. They're real loose and there's not much control, and it really does help. And these are raised. I don't know if you can see here. The sticks themselves are actually raised pretty decent amount compared to the standard sticks, which really make a difference, because it goes from having to like bend your thumb to move down and all that stuff, to just simply adjusting the weight on where your thumb is to move, or adjusting your weight on your thumb to to aim or whatever. Whereas with the standard controller, it's I gotta bend my thumb to go down, really move my whole thumb instead of just adjusting the weight. And same thing with the aiming, and it just makes for quicker response time. The less amount of movement you have to do, is the quicker response you're gonna have. And these really do make a difference in your controllers. If you're gonna buy one of these, definitely. I was originally not gonna get the domed run stick because I didn't think I really needed it. I didn't think it mattered. But after ordering it, I definitely recommend it. This is both the dome sticks are definitely a necessity in my opinion. But that's really all there is for the front of the controller. And onto the back, you see here on the triggers, these silver buttons right here, or screws really, are trigger stops. They're kind of something that I believe they're patented from. They're like a unique thing that SCUF does, where it minimizes the amount of movement that you can depress on your trigger. So I only have. These are adjustable, but you see how much it takes to to depress your trigger on a regular controller. It's got all that movement, what is that, almost a half an inch, 3/8 of an inch, movement right there. It's like I said, the less movement is the better reaction time. And you see here, these are adjustable, so you can that's my aim trigger. So it's like right up against the sweet spot right there. So I really don't have to worry about having a delayed time on aiming in, which really has helped. I really you can take these out, and Scuf doesn't recommend you do, and neither do I. They're very useful, and they're one of my favorite features about this controller. And same thing kind of on my shooting trigger. It's got slightly more play because of the fact that when I've been using pistols as secondaries recently, and like if it's right against the sweet spot, it's really hard to depress like a millimeter, really quick 6 times. And it's not a mod controller. You just hold the thing in and it fires off 6 shots. I think it's an automatic gun. So really that little bit extra play is really what it was necessary to me. And the way you adjust these sticks right here is there's 2 holes, 2 Allen wrench screws right here that go into the controller. I've had a controller apart before. What they do is they pretty much, unless this is different, there's like little plastic tabs that adjust how high and low these controllers go, and these screws really just go in there, rest on the tabs, and they adjust them for you. So these are pretty much like half or quarter depressed screw triggers on a regular controller. They're just set there so that you don't ever have to go all the way back up and all that kind of jazz. And really adjusting this kind of stuff is really what took me so long to get used to, not really get used to, but to get into a game. Really, I spent about an hour, 45 minutes maybe, the first night just adjusting this to get everything right initially. But really, I've been adjusting it the whole time. Sometimes even according to class, which they give you this 1mm or maybe 2mm. I'm not exactly sure. Allen wrench to adjust these, and I always keep this nearby because depending on what class I run, I may want to depress the trigger more. If I'm using an automatic gun, both my primary and secondary, I adjust it in more so the sweet spot's closer. That way, I don't really have to worry about single shots. But if I'm using a class with a secondary pistol, I just quick adjust it back a little bit, and to the setting it is now, where I can fire off quick shots in a single shoot gun. But you see here, the back of the controller is Scuf grip. I believe it's patented. It's what they use in like a military grade. It's like a non-slip kind of coating they use to the back here, and it really does make a difference. I don't really sweat when I game anymore, but like I just got done eating pizza a little while ago, and like my hands are real greasy, and my hands really aren't slipping at all on this. It's a very good material. I definitely recommend this. I think it was like $10-12 extra bucks, and it was really worth it. But these paddles right here, they're for mapping of your A and B buttons. You can really map them to any of the buttons you want on the front here, A, X, Y, B, or I believe the 2 bumpers too. And these really do make a difference, because instead of me going, oh, I gotta jump, I gotta press A, all I gotta do is just turn around, push the paddle, not turn around, but just push the paddle back here, or I gotta crouch, just push this paddle back here. And yeah, that's pretty much all the real features about the controller. These paddles are, between the trigger stops and the paddles, these really are they really were the sellers for me. They're a great feature, and I definitely recommend this controller to anyone that's interested in buying it. And in summary, guys, the ScufGaming Controller, a very good controller. I definitely recommend it. It's well worth the 120 bucks or whatever it may be, and it's definitely been well worth my money. It will improve your gameplay, and the people over at Scuf, they really do a great job of working on these controllers and really coming through with customer service and everything. But anyway, guys, like I said, I really like the Scuf controller. Go ahead and buy it if you ever had a chance, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.